In today's world, concern for information privacy and security is a big issue among many people. People have gone so far as to pay for this protection. Whole companies have sprung up with the claims that they can protect you from identity theft. Computer programs have been created that allow a user to surf the web completely anonymously. However, despite all this concern, people are willingly contributing tons of information to the world which they normally desire to keep hidden. The discomforting part is that this is happening through the use of what many people would consider a harmless part of daily life: Facebook. Facebook is an extremely popular social networking site and is used by millions of people every day. A social networking site is generally used to help people stay in touch with one another and share stories about their daily lives. Each user has their own page within its most basic form, can be customized with various facts about that user, such as their interests, political party affiliation, and line of work. Additionally, users can visit other users' pages and read what they have listed. And if a user feels compelled to communicate with another, they can write to each other using the internal messaging system. This is just the tip of the iceberg, however. The entire structure and connectivity of Facebook is astounding. Facebook crosses and connects many different forms of media, including pictures, video, writing, and more recently, other websites. The amount of information generated within and pulled in from external sources to Facebook is massive. This information is then stored and organized into databases. These databases capture every detail of what users create and do on Facebook. They are the backbone to its infrastructures that the users love so much. Many users will not give a second thought as to what those databases are being used for, and who else may be looking at them. After all, to the common user, Facebook is just a fun, convenient way to keep in touch with other people that they trust and have nothing to hide from. The reality, however, is that all the information users create and store on Facebook may be being used and interpreted in ways unknown to them, and for this there should be some concern. As said before, the amount of data that Facebook collects about each and every one of their users is massive, but in order to understand the scope in which data is collected and how it is revealing, it is important to understand the actual types of data, where it originates, and how it can be used. Arguably, this data can be broken down into 5 categories: direct, non-associated, action, meta, and algorithm data. Of the 5 types, direct data is the easiest to understand. With direct data, Facebook asks the user a specific question and the user gives a specific answer. All the information on a user's info page is direct data. Take the contact information area, for example. Facebook questions the user what their email address, phone number, home address, and screen names are, and the user enters the answers. Direct data is easy to identify as it almost always has a label associated with it. An application of direct data is with advertisers on Facebook to target specific audiences. Advertisers can narrow down a target range based on a user's location, age, gender, interests, activities, favorite books, TV shows and movies, job title, education, workplace, relationship status, relationship interest, and even languages. Take this photographer for example. He set up an ad that would only target engaged women in the 24 to 30 year age group. Since all others are excluded, direct data is a powerful sorting and classification tool based on raw facts. Non-associated data answers a specific question that does not ask for a specific answer. Status updates and wall posts are the most common types of non-associated data. Neither of them ask a specific question, so they are not associated with any labels. This is because non-associated data is designed to be interpreted by another Facebook user. However, the fact that it is stored in a database subjugates it to the possibility that it may be analyzed by another program. Program analysis of non-associated data can be seen in Facebook's Gross National Happiness Meter. With the Gross National Happiness Meter, Facebook searches the words containing the non-associated data of status updates, which are normally used to express negative or positive feelings. Each positive or negative word triggers a tally to be added to an overall score, and that score is then represented visually on a graph. This process effectively makes all users of Facebook part of a national survey. Action data is automatically created by Facebook based on user actions. Users do not have any control on whether or not this type of data is created. Common examples of action data include post timestamps, adding a friend, becoming a fan of a Facebook page, joining an event or group, creating a photo album, sending a gift, poking another user, indicating you like a post, attending an event, or authorizing an application. To the end user, action data helps establish a feeling of continuity. This is seen when a user visits their wall or newsfeed, and all the posts are lined up in chronological order. Action data allows for the sensible automatic sorting of information by creation date possible. Metadata is a type of invisible data that is attached to items users upload to Facebook. Metadata occurs mainly in photos and videos and includes information like resolution and runtime. The concerning part about metadata is that the typical Facebook user is unaware that it even exists, and therefore is not entirely conscious of what information they may be sending along with a standard upload. Of significant interest is photo metadata that contains the exact geographic location in which a picture was taken. Any GPS-enabled digital camera or phone can attach this geographic information to a photo. This process is known as geotagging, and anyone can view the information using simple software. For the moment, Facebook does not have any system to display this information. However, according to its privacy policy, it already has been aggregating metadata for some time, and states that if a user does not want metadata to be connected with their photos, to remove it prior to uploading. The last type of data known as algorithm data will be discussed at a later time. But clearly, just with these 4 types of data alone, Facebook contains a dangerous amount of information. Contained in them is enough information to fill out a user's birth certificate, log national trends, document user actions down to the second, and know where users have been. The natural question now asked would be how far this data can be taken. Facebook is more than capable of data mining. They even have a few in-house projects. Already we have seen the gross national happiness meter, but there are more examples. Facebook Lexicon, for instance, lets anyone search the Facebook database of wall posts for keywords. It will then display them in graph form to indicate usage trends over time. And though the Facebook Pulse feature no longer exists, it too proves that Facebook has practiced other forms of statistical data mining and analysis. Furthermore, all this information is publicly available to any Facebook user. People agree that there is no better living lab than Facebook. This makes the data inside the Facebook system very valuable to those who may gain from processing it. Hong Kong millionaire La Ka-shing recently invested $120 million into Facebook and hopes that one day there could be synergies between his company and Facebook. Russian company Digital Sky Technologies recently invested $200 million itself. Whether or not, though, a data exchange between them and Facebook remains uncertain. However, the Facebook privacy policy does say that it may share information with third parties. But even if Facebook itself is not releasing data to third parties, no doubt some of the third-party applications users install are. Especially since till recently, Facebook application developers had virtually unrestricted access to user information. But even now that application developers do not have immediate access to that information, they can still easily obtain it by using a simple solution: asking. Numerous applications have already appeared on Facebook with the simple purpose of just asking questions to get answers. This is under the pretense that it is just for fun. And though that very well may be, at what expense to information identity and privacy? It is unclear what is happening to the information entered into these applications. Whether it stays in Facebook or is collected by a third party for their own agenda is not known, and probably varies from application to application. Facebook, however, has already passed the liability buck when dealing with these issues, stating that its privacy policy does not apply to entities that Facebook does not own or control, such as Facebook applications' websites, and we do not guarantee that they will follow our rules. Such lax regulation over third-party developers almost sounds like an invitation to data mining operations and identity theft. However, the extent to which users' lives can be intruded through the use of Facebook is just beginning. This is because some application developers are creating programs that analyze users themselves.